It's a beautiful fall morning in Branchburg, and you grab your rake and head outside. Most people think of raking leaves as a chore, but you're not like most people. Where others see death when a leaf falls from a tree, you see something different. You see life. You're at your best when you're taking care of your lawn. Someone stole all your grass 3 years ago, and the resulting trauma hospitalized you for a month. But now you and your grass are back. In the spring, you plant flowers. In the summer, you cut grass. In the fall, you rake leaves. And in the winter, you build hundreds of snowmen. Your lawn is where life makes sense to you. When you inevitably get to heaven, all you hope for is a nice lawn full of leaves waiting for you, one that you can rake for all eternity. In the distance, you hear a leaf blower, and you nearly scream from disgust. In your mind, there is no more disrespectful way to remove something from your lawn. If someone died on your lawn, would you use a leaf blower to remove them? No. Would you rake them? Probably not. But if it was between a rake and a leaf blower, you would choose a rake every time. Also, leaf blowers are very loud, and your doctor says you have little eardrums, like a small baby. Your body has many problems, this just being one of them. You rake, and rake. You wish raking leaves could be your job, but sadly, it is not. No such job exists. Instead, you had to become a veterinarian, where you get paid thousands to make sure dogs don't explode. It's fine work to be sure, but raking leaves is far more rewarding. Someone throws a soda can on your lawn, and you even rake that too. The can is a little lemon-lime number called Sprite. By midday, you're finished. You stare at your leaf pile with pride, but also a touch of sadness, as there are no more leaves to rake. You feel this way every time, and as you consider what you have been privately calling the leaf raker's dilemma, someone taps your odd, bony shoulder. You turn around, and before you stands a man. He has one of those faces that cause drivers to swerve and hit telephone poles. You're not sure if he's asking for a hug or just standing like that to maintain balance.
I'd love to jump in your leaf pile.
You've never seen this man in your entire life, but soon he is telling you his life story. He says he's had a tough year. He got divorced in March, and he stubbed his toe in June, and he thinks jumping in a leaf pile would be good for him. Don't you have any leaves of your own, you ask?
My wife got our trees in the divorce,
he says. You sigh. Okay. Jumping in leaf piles isn't your cup of tea, but you understand the appeal. Everyone has their own relationship with leaves. Plus, you can't help but feel bad for this odd man. He asks you to close your eyes.
I have a weird jumping style,
he says. You understand, having a weird jumping style yourself. But of course, you're still going to peek. Those are your leaves, after all. He claps his hands twice. Then, through your leaf-stained fingers, you watch as a man you've never seen before runs toward your leaf pile. But as he approaches the leaf pile, he doesn't slow down. In fact, he runs right through the pile and heads for your front porch. What are you doing? You shout. The man says nothing and grabs the doormat off your front porch.
I needed one! I'm sorry!
He screams.
I needed one!
You stand completely still as you watch the man who stubbed his toe in June run away with your doormat. The further he gets, the more your doormat makes him look like he has a wing. But of course, a bird would never betray you like this. That doormat was a family heirloom. You're upset and think about grabbing your handgun, but soon a feeling of relief overtakes your rage. Because ultimately, you're just happy he didn't jump in your leaves. You stare at the leaf pile and smile. You see life. Across the street, your neighbor puts out his garbage can and asks if you'd like to rake his lawn. He could really use some help because he's having chest pains.
Can you help me? Can you help?
You don't hear him and walk inside. Three days later, the man who stole your doormat returns it to you. He realized he already owned one.